Hi, good morning students. In this video, we are going to cover second part of our first chapter of physics, physical quantities and measurement. In this video, we are going to cover two more most important topics: measuring the volume of liquid and measuring the volume of irregular solid. So, we start with the measuring the volume of a liquid. Before starting, we should know the some important terms like what do we mean by capacity and what are the measuring tools were required to measure the different amounts of liquid. So first of all, we study about what do we mean by capacity. The definition says the maximum volume of the liquid that a container can hold is known as its capacity. Mostly capacity is same as the volume, because whatever a container can hold within it, that is known as its capacity. So the capacity or volume of a particular container can be calculated within liters or milliliters. There are some multiples units or some multiples units which can be used in our daily life to calculate this capacity or volume. For example, 1 liter which can be equals to 1000 milliliter also, and 1000 centimeter cube also. And to measure the volume in a physical way of a liquid, we need some utensils like measuring cans, measuring beakers and measuring cylinders. So we are going to learn about the measuring cans. It is a type of can which is in a conical in a shape and can be used from 50 ml to 5 liter of capacity. Conical measuring cans can be used to measure the liquid like kerosene and petrols, and cylindrical can be used with a long handle to measure the milk or a oil. Measuring cans. Measuring can be used for a commercial purpose which have a fixed capacity. They cannot be used for the smaller volume or a higher volume with their specified value. For example, if a milkman have to measure the 500 ml of milk, then he cannot use the 200 ml measuring can to measure the 500 ml of milk. So, to overcome these problems, we have to use measuring beakers or measuring cylinders, which are given a graduations value on their wall, and they are made up of glass or plastic so that we can easily see the level of liquid which is within the container. While reading the volume of the liquid, we should use some precautions. We must ensure that our eyes should be kept horizontally in level with the liquid within the container. Now, our second topic, measuring the volume of irregular solid. We all know that irregular solid or such objects which are irregular in shapes, we cannot able to measure their dimensions properly because they are not have a fixed properly mentioned lines of a geometrical figures. So it is not possible to measure the volume of such solids by using formulas, so that we have to use indirectly measuring cylinder to measure the irregular solid volume. To measure the volume of irregular solid, now we have to perform an activity which is given on our book, activity 2. For this we need water, measuring cylinder, a string and a small stone. Now what we have to do, we have to pour the water within the measuring cylinder and read its level carefully, which is scaled on the wall of cylinder. Now we have to tie a stone with a string and lowered it into the cylinder without touching its wall until it is completely immersed in water. Now we observe that the level of the water in the cylinder rises as the stone is immersed in it. Now again we have to take the reading of the scale which is marked on the wall of the cylinder and note it down. And by using the formula final reading minus initial reading, we can calculate the differences between the reading which when we get before and after the immerse of stone. So the difference which we get between the initial and final reading of this activity, that will shows that the volume of a irregular shaped stone. Thank you.